The owner of the well. Have you ever seen someone twist words just to avoid being fair? Have you ever met a person who tries to be clever but uses cleverness for greed? Today, I bring you a story about greed, about justice, and about a man whose intelligence was sharper than any sword. In the glorious kingdom of Vijayanagara, there lived a man whose wit could untangle the most complicated problems. His name was Tenali Rama, and this is the story of the owner of the well. Long, long ago, in the prosperous South Indian Empire ruled by Krishnadevaraya, now in a small village near the kingdom, there lived a poor farmer. He was hard working and honest. Every day he tilled his land under the scorching sun. Every night he prayed for good rains and healthy crops. But there was one thing he desperately needed: water. Without water, his crops would dry. Without crops, his family would starve. Near his field stood a well, deep, strong, and filled with clear water. The well belonged to his rich neighbor, a man known more for his wealth than his kindness. The farmer gathered his courage and approached him. "Sir," he said respectfully, "would you sell me your well? I need it to water my crops." The rich man thought for a moment. Gold glittered in his imagination. "Yes," he said finally, "for a fair price." The farmer paid every coin he had saved. The deal was made. The well now belonged to the farmer, or so he thought. A few days later, the farmer happily drew water from his newly purchased well. Suddenly, a voice thundered behind him. "Hey, what do you think you are doing?" The farmer turned. It was the rich neighbor. "I am drawing water from my well," the farmer replied, confused. "Yes, I sold you the well, but did not sell you the water inside it." The farmer froze. "The water," the rich man continued arrogantly, "still belongs to me. If you wish to use my water," he said, "you must pay me every single time." The farmer felt as if the ground beneath him had disappeared. He had paid honestly, he had trusted fairly, and now he was being cheated. With no other option, the farmer traveled to royal court of King Krishnadevaraya. He bowed low and explained everything: his purchase, the argument, the greedy demand, etc. Call Tenali Raman, because whenever justice required not only law but brilliance, Tenali was the answer. Tenali Raman entered the court calmly. He bowed gracefully before the king. The king explained the matter. "The farmer bought the well," he said, "but the seller claims the water still belongs to him." Tenali stroked his chin thoughtfully. A small smile appeared on his lips. "Please summon the rich man," he said gently. "This will not take long." Soon the rich neighbor entered. He bowed casually and declared, "Yes, your majesty, I sold the well, but not the water. The water is mine. Tenali nodded slowly. Oh, I see, he said calmly. You sold the well but kept the water. Yes, the rich man replied firmly. Exactly. Tenali smiled, widened slightly. Very well, Tenali said thoughtfully. If the well now belongs to the farmer and the water belongs to you, then you are storing your water inside someone else's property. The court blinked. Tenali continued smoothly. That means every day your water remains inside the farmer's well. You must pay him rent. The entire court burst into laughter. The rich man's face turned pale. Tenali leaned forward slightly, or he added kindly, if you do not wish to pay rent, you are free to remove all your water immediately and take it somewhere else. Now the laughter grew louder. The rich man lowered his head. I was wrong, he admitted quietly. Please forgive me. The king looked at Tenali with admiration. Once again, said King Krishnadevaraya, your wisdom has brought justice without anger and fairness without cruelty. The farmer stepped forward with tears in his eyes. Thank you, he whispered. You have saved not only my well, but my family. Tenali smiled gently. My friend, he said softly, remember, intelligence is the greatest strength, and honesty will always protect you. This story may sound simple, it may even sound funny, but hidden within it is powerful truth. Greed tries to twist words. Greed tries to manipulate fairness. But wisdom sees clearly. Tenali did not shout. He did not insult. He did not punish. He simply turned the greedy man's own logic against him. And that is true brilliance. Because justice does not always need force. Sometimes it needs only clarity. From that day forward, no one in the kingdom dared to cheat the poor. Because they knew if Tenali Raman stood in court, truth would always win. So, what do we learn from the owner of the well? Greed may seem clever for a moment, but wisdom lasts forever. Honesty may look simple, but it is stronger than manipulation. And when faced with unfairness, do not panic, do not lose hope. Think, stay calm, respond wisely. Because, like Tenali Raman, you too can turn injustice into laughter and fairness into victory. Now tell me, if you were in that farmer's place, what would you have done? Would you have argued? Would you have given up? Or would you have shouted wisdom? Think about it. Because life sooner or later will test you the same way. And when it does, may you remember Tenali Raman. May you choose intelligence over anger, fairness over greed, and calm wisdom over loud words. If you enjoyed this tale, stay tuned for more stories of Tenali Raman, where wit defeats pride and intelligence shines brighter than gold. Until next time, stay wise, stay fair, and never forget greed never wins. Wisdom always triumphs.